Nepal, it's home to some of the most beautiful scenery on earth, but millions of Nepalese don't have enough to eat and many children are desperately malnourished. But efforts are underway to change all that, and it seems to be working. Here's our story. Nepal is a country defined by its geography. Running almost the full length of the majestic Himalayan mountains, it rises from just above sea level, almost 9,000 meters high. Terraced fields carved from the steep-sided mountains and valleys are the main source of food, and during harvest are a hive of activity. But the golden fields paint a false picture. Nearby, snow-capped peaks are a constant reminder that the harsh winter is coming and that this harvest is all the people can count on. It's not enough. Some 3.5 million Nepalese don't have enough food to eat. And nearly half of all children here are chronically malnourished. This mountainous country is one of the poorest in South Asia, and its geography is partly to blame. The mountains isolate most of the poorest people here, who struggle to feed themselves and ensure they have clean water, adequate sanitation and healthcare. But now there's a devoted group of people working on the front lines of the fight against hunger, determined to make a difference. Pashupati Saud is one of them. She's part of a team of volunteer community health workers who, backed by UNICEF and the European Union, are taking the fight to the people, on foot, over land, any way they can.
Mothers go to work in the fields early and return only in the late afternoon. No one else is at home to feed the children, and hygiene is a challenge, so the children get sick and malnourished. The food the village grows is only enough for a few months, and then they buy what they can. We counsel mothers on nutrition, but they just can't feed their children as often as they should.
Pashupati, herself a mother to an 8-year-old, knows that having a balanced meal of vitamin and protein-rich ingredients is a struggle here. Part of the battle, she says, is educating other mothers on the causes of and solutions to malnutrition. Once they're aware, she says, the more likely they are to secure the food they need. And so the workers go to the source. Once a month, the team organizes a malnutrition checkup in the community, a crucial opportunity to screen children and educate and inform mothers.
The monthly clinic we established is part of our regular routine work. During the clinic, we screen the children and check for malnutrition. The severely malnourished children, we refer to the hospital, and for the others, we counsel their mothers on how best to prepare proper nourishing meals.
Children here are weighed and measured, but despite the constant counselling, there are always mothers who cannot afford to feed their children properly. 2-year-old Asmita Badi is checked. Concerned, the volunteers refer her to the local health centre several hours walk away for further treatment. Her mother Sita is unaware that her child is malnourished. She makes the long journey to the clinic. Here the baby is re-examined. Her diagnosis confirmed. She's suffering from severe acute malnutrition. They're given 2 weeks' worth of ready-to-use therapeutic food, after which they'll need to return for a follow-up appointment.
I didn't even know that my child was malnourished, so I'm grateful to the health workers for diagnosing and helping her.
Another obstacle to ensuring health, though, is Nepal's deeply entrenched caste system. While officially abolished, it remains in many rural areas. Lower castes, often referred to as Dalits, are mostly landless and devastatingly poor. And so the volunteers come to them. Here in Beraltoli, a village of mostly Dalit families in the west of the country, Lakshmi Vul, another community health volunteer, goes door to door screening children for malnutrition. Working tirelessly and without pay, the volunteers tend to those vulnerable to malnutrition, like 3-year-old Roseanne. Once dangerously malnourished, he's now out of danger.
My baby was very sick and suffering. Now he's very healthy and active, so I'm very grateful to our volunteer.
But it is a constant battle. Many of the families here simply cannot afford to follow Lakshmi's advice on diet and feeding patterns, and many of the children become malnourished again and again. Despite the setbacks, Lakshmi continues to diagnose and treat them, no matter the personal cost. She believes the health and nutrition of every child here is her responsibility.
I help because this village is my family and my life. At first, there were many malnourished children and mothers here, but through my work, I've been able to help them. I'm deeply grateful for that.
It's a model used across Nepal, one replicated in many villages throughout the country as the nation strives to end chronic malnutrition. With so many communities poor and isolated, these community forces are the first line of defense against this killer. Against overwhelming odds, they continue. They have no choice, they say. These are their communities, their families, and they're determined to succeed.